That's what it's been like.
That's what it's been like. Straight up. I mean, it's our whole livelihood, man. It's like, that's all we did. That's all we cared to do.
Really miss playing music with my bandmates and also playing music and just like dancing around like a crazy person in the crowd and stuff or on stage. The most fun thing that I do, and I really miss being able to do it. I'm really excited to do it again sometime.
Oh, I just miss seeing people. I'm tired of being cooped up in the house. Like that's what gets you through the winter, or got me through the winter usually, is going to shows.
Oh, I miss all the people. I miss meeting new people, and like not even just that, but like there's people that I only ever see at shows, that or people that I just see in passing, and I used to see them all the time, and now I just don't see anybody except for the people that I need to. I really miss that.
I remember like at the beginning of quarantine, a bunch of people were sort of like, oh, the great silver lining is going to be how much art is going to be created during this time. And I remember thinking like, that seems crazy, because all I feel like doing is like sleeping and wishing that this was over, and I had no motivation to do anything.
It's been a little bit of a, obviously up and down emotionally. I mean, you know, I spent 8 years working to build this career, getting to the point I'm at right now. I mean, I started here at the Bourbon as an on-call bartender. So it's been an up and down. You know, some days I'm gung-ho and I'm, you know, in contact with those agents trying to nail down shows. And then other days I'm like, what's the point? When's this pandemic gonna end? What's hard about live events being gone is you don't realize how far it trickles down. You know, for every dollar that's spent here at the Bourbon, it generates another $8 to $12 in revenue for other businesses. And I think that that ripple effect is something that maybe we didn't even realize was that deep.
The original plan was just to wait it out and not doing anything until COVID was over. But I don't know, I think everyone's kind of starving for that personal interaction and social interaction. Seeing a show, but really, I think the main thing is the community aspect. I think people are missing that a lot.
It's been pretty easy to remember that that's what the most important part of it all is.
Having such a major part of your life restricted, it makes you appreciate other things a lot more. And I think I'm glad about certain things that happened during quarantine. I'm glad, you know, we were allowed this space to work and to really reflect on our creativity. But can't replace a show, can't replace a crowd.
Yeah, it's been really different. But I'm sure when like everything opens back up though, it's gonna be like mayhem, because everybody's gonna want to go to every show. I feel like it's gonna be really crazy for a while, so I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I think early on, it was really easy to just be like, right when it ends, huge like house show parties, you know, we're going right back to it. I can't wait to be like sweating around all these people and dancing and everything again. And it's gonna be just like snap your fingers and everything is back to normal. And that lasted for a couple months in the beginning of the pandemic, I think. And then more recently, I think it's gotten to the point where it's lasted so long that I don't expect it to go back to what it was completely. Like, I think not only will there just be new kinds of protocols and stuff that will last for quite a while, I also wonder if just like instinctually less people are gonna be like, yeah, I'm down to get into the middle of a crowd right now. I wanna just like have people sweat and, you know, shouting sing-along breath on me in a crowd of 100 people or whatever. The good part, I think, is everyone's gonna be way more just appreciative of the community that it brings. And that is something I'm really passionate about.
We're starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel, not only with vaccine rollouts and people taking mask mandates and stuff a little bit more seriously, but we also see it with Save Our Stages passing. So we're kind of to a point where we're ready to reopen, and we are just trying to figure out the safest way to do so, so that we're not a liability to our community that we love.
I'd really love to see some new venues, because I think the more DIY venues in town or in Nebraska, the more people can be exposed to different kinds of music, and the more chance that they'll be turned on to DIY music.
I'm hoping that a bunch of people picked up guitars and basses and stuff and started bands, and the scene is just huge when it opens back up. I mean, you get to meet all these new people because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I think once everything's really back up to speed, hopefully everybody will kind of know not to like take for granted all of the cool stuff that happens, and everybody will kind of be sure to like tell their friends and get the word out, hopefully.
Oh gosh, like everything. Okay, sorry. What am I most looking forward to when shows begin again? I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I won't take anything for granted ever again. If someone asks me to make a Sex on the Beach, I'll do it with a smile on my face.
It's about the people who you meet and the people that the people who love music in the same ways that you do, and wanting to spend time with them and play together and listen to music together. And I'm just really, really gonna be more focused on just the people part of it, and all the people who I love in this music scene, and getting to spend time with them. That's been, I think, the biggest takeaway of what I've really missed the most.